This happened years ago, in a time before smartphones and GPS were common. It was the end of summer, when the days grow shorter, and the nights carried that first whispers of autumn chill. Two friends and I had set out on a 10-day trek through an isolated wilderness, a vast and untamed expanse where nature still ruled. The terrain was a shifting mosaic, rolling hills, dense forest of spruce and pine, and the occasional sprawling swamp. Reindeer moved like ghosts between the trees, and at night, the distant howls of wolves echoed through the cold air. We carried all we needed on our backs, sleeping beneath a canopy of stars, our only company the flickering campfire and the unseen creatures watching from the darkness. By the 5th day, we had reached the heart of the wilderness, a place untouched by civilization. No roads, no villages, no signs of human presence, beyond the occasional hiker passing, like a shadow in the distance. That evening, we made camp in a small clearing, the forest stretching endlessly in every direction. The air was cool and still, the silence absolute. After dinner, we huddled inside the tent, packed tightly in our sleeping bags, talking in low voices until the fire outside burned down to embers. Then, just as we began drifting toward sleep, we heard it. Voices. At first, it was faint, just the distant murmur of human speech. Then, layered beneath it, a deep mechanical hum. The sound was unmistakable, something large and industrial. An excavator? A generator? Maybe a tank? But it was impossible. There were no roads, no structures, nothing for miles. Who would be operating heavy machinery in the middle of nowhere, in the dead of night? We sat up, exchanging uneasy glances in the dark. Maybe another group of hikers. But why would they have equipment like that? The sound persisted, an eerie mixture of human chatter and an engine's steady drone. The voices never resolved into words, just a monotone rise and fall, blending with the mechanical thrum like a radio caught between stations. Curiosity warred with apprehension. We had to know. Grabbing our flashlights, we unzipped the tent and stepped into the night. The fire had dimmed, casting weak orange halos against the trees. The sound came from the north, not far, maybe half a kilometer. But no lights broke the darkness. It was just sound, disembodied, directionless, pressing in from the void. My two friends were braver than I. While I lingered by the fire, they consulted the map, took a compass heading, and set off towards the noise. Their flashlights flickered and bobbed as they disappeared into the black. Time passed. 15 minutes, then 30. The sound never changed. It didn't grow louder or fainter, just remained a steady presence beyond the trees. An hour slipped by. They should have reached something by now. The fire crackled beside me, an island of warmth in the creeping dread. I strained to make out the voices, but they remained just out of reach, a language without meaning. 2 hours. Then, without warning, the sound stopped. Not faded, not trailed off, just completely stopped. Like a switch had been flipped. The silence was deafening. The wind didn't stir. No insects hummed. Even the fire seemed to quiet, as if the world itself was holding its breath. I waited, pulse hammering, every nerve on edge. 30 more minutes crawled past, each second stretching unbearably. Just as I was about to go after them, I saw the flicker of flashlights. They were running. They stumbled into camp, breathless, faces pale. Their story made my stomach twist. They had walked toward the sound for what felt like an eternity, but no matter how far they went, it never got closer. It was always just ahead, an invisible source leading them deeper into the wild. They stopped to listen, adjusted their course, and moved faster, but the distance never closed. Then, without warning, it stopped. But here's the part that made my skin crawl. They swore the sound had vanished at the 1 hour and 15-minute mark. From my perspective, it had cut off exactly at the 2-hour mark. They had turned back immediately, yet the return took longer than expected. Their path meandering and distorted, at one point completely lost in the dark. They finally spotted the glow of my campfire and followed it home. We didn't sleep that night. The rest of the trip was uneventful, but the experience never left us. When we finally reached the visitor center, we asked if any construction or activity had been reported in the area. Nothing. No projects, no equipment, no logical explanation. Just the memory of the voices speaking in a language we can never understand, and the machine that should have never been there, and the silence that followed. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to leave a like. It really helps support the channel. Have you experienced something similar? Or do you want to share your own story? Drop a comment below, and if you're interested, I may narrate it in a future video. If you're not subscribed yet, be sure to hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell so you never miss another upload. Thanks again for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Until then, take care.